So yeah, then we've got 2 bags of the parts from all the containers. So but yeah, then it is September 2nd now. But then, yeah, it is time for the increase to 20% for the sale. Yeah, so I was, like mentioned in what might have been a previous vlog or this vlog, I can't remember, about how I will be making sure as an extra step that for like a week or so before I increase the sale, I'll make sure that I don't have 2 back-to-back shipping days that I have to ship out more than like, I can't remember what it was, maybe 1,000 lots or 800 lots or something like that. But this shipping day, it's more normal of like 250 to 300 lots. So relatively normal in that amount. So then that's a good time to increase the sale. So I will adjust the sale from 15% to 20% and then run that for a couple weeks or so. Have to find a new picture to go with the sale and yeah, get that sorted out. So just finished, and yeah, so we have 8.5 containers of the minifigure parts from that haul. So I will get that bagged up. We will check the weight, and then I will start on the instruction manuals. And I don't think there's any bricks in here at all, so it should just be the instructions. Yeah, then I will go through that, and then that haul of the 6 boxes here will be all done. And then just as a reference, I'm pretty sure that haul was about $600, if I'm not mistaken, plus I paid for the gas for my dad to go there and bring me and stuff like that. So probably after all that, probably somewhere close to 700 or so for all 6 boxes. And including the weight of the instructions, I think it was around 200 pounds or so, give or take. So yeah, then we've got 2 bags of the parts from all the containers. So the first bag is 2.3 pounds. Now the second bag, so yeah, we got just shy, well, not just shy, about 4.5 pounds of minifigure parts. I think there's like a few spears and stuff mixed in, but the vast majority of it is minifigure parts. So yeah, 4.6 pounds of that for the $600 to $700, which is not bad at all, considering that I'm bidding on a 3-pound one right now. It's got some real good stuff in it, so that affects the price a bit. But for that 3.5 pound thing, or 3 pound 5 ounces or something, my max bid is around $850 or so. So yeah, considering that this year's 4.5 pounds, stuff in it isn't quite as good as that auction, because it's got some like Lord of the Rings stuff and stuff like that in it. But either way, compared to that, it is a pretty good price. And there still is lots of like really good stuff in here. I'm pretty sure there's multiple Moros. We got the Scuba Iron Man. We've got some dinosaurs, some pets. Then we got a whole bunch of Iron Man minifigures. I think there's also the one Iron Man that goes for like 30, 40 bucks was in here. And we got a pizza, so that's probably the coolest find of it all. And then just some, I think there's like 2 or 3 Grees in here. And yeah, just lots of real cool stuff. And yeah, so then this, we kind of need some room here because we're running out. Initially, I was going to leave this stuff here, but I think that I am going to just start moving this stuff onto the stove. Oops, that fell. And yes, I said in a previous vlog, but I'll just reinstate that the stove is fully unplugged. There's nothing electrical connected. It's been unplugged for probably a couple years at this point, so there's no need to worry about any of that, and we have no intentions of plugging it back in, at least not for a very, very long time. And then if it is, then he'll get like a good cleaning before, so even if stuff falls in, it's not a hazard or anything like that. Yeah, then I guess that means we have to start putting some of this stuff on this side here, and then I'm going to just move this one here, so I want to keep access to that light switch. So yeah, then we are working towards our goal of 200 pounds of minifigures, and this isn't fully dense. In the bottom, there's like 2 or maybe 3 shoe boxes that are holding some air tanks and the golden Oniloids, but I'd say that they more than make up their space, because I think there's like 200 or so, I can't remember now, how many golden Lloyds are in there, and they go for like 40 bucks each, so definitely worth the space. And then there's like a couple thousand air tanks and helmets, and those things are going for at least half $1 to $1 each. So yeah, it takes up a bit of space back there, but it's definitely worth it. So it's not like it makes it less cool of a pile in that sense. But yeah, so we've got this stuff here, plus the well, if I win that auction, then it should be at least 20 pounds more on the way, so that should fill up a bit here. And we've still got, well, the one Star Wars thing there that I still have to get some time to film a video on. And then we've got a whole bunch of stuff here that's still got more minifigure parts in it. So yeah, I'm really hopeful of hitting that goal of 200 pounds. But yeah, we will just continue working and see how far we can get to that goal before the end of the year. Because yeah, that's the goal for hitting the 200 pounds is roughly by the time that the sale ends for all of the used stuff. And so hopefully that's the end of December or so. And yeah, so that's our goal to get there by then. And if I had to estimate, I'd probably say we're between 85 to 125 pounds right now. I might be significantly over or under on that, I'm not sure. But yeah, overall, lots of good stuff. But yeah, time to work on these now. But yeah, then sold a whole bunch of the bulk now. I just put this here because I was taking it down. But yeah, sold the thing of the Technic pins. I think it was like 50 bucks or something. Then sold all of the 1x1 bricks. I think that was like 65. This container of all of the gray bricks, about 20 pounds or so, was 300 bucks. Then we have this one here of just the assorted bulk stuff. That was 150, I believe. I think this one here, or might have been that one there, I think one of them was 150 and one was 200, or they might have been both 150 or maybe both 200. I can't remember. But yeah, sold, well, if you add that up, probably about well, maybe not quite 100 pounds, but close to 100 pounds of the bulk sold. So that's real good there. But yeah, time to work on the instructions. So yeah, then got them all out on the table, and there is quite a few of them. So yeah, I'll just go through them, and then once I confirm they have dimensions and they aren't worth that much, then put them in there, and then recycle the rest, because yeah, there's no use. I mean, technically you can list the stuff, but shipping these things out is a pain, and not worth the, well, they do sell even if you price them, like normally, like for example, this one here sells for like probably 7 cents or something, but in the past I used to list a couple instruction manuals, maybe less than 100 or so, and even if it goes for 7 cents, I'd list at like $1 or something, because that's still a very reasonable price. It's just for that, but, and they would sell reasonably well, but it's just not worth it for the effort, because you usually, not for all of them, but a lot of them just have some damage you need to describe, and then the shipping them out, and you get envelopes that are big enough, or if it's a fragile one, you get some cardboard, and it's just not worth the hassle for these things. And also, like, most of them are just damaged and stuff like that. So yeah, basically, I just, in general, don't keep them unless it's like real cool old ones and stuff like that. I've got a few of the ones from back when I used to list them in here still, but besides that, I've only been listing like the cooler older ones and stuff that I get, like this one and stuff like that. So yeah, then there is that. So I will go through this and get rid of as many as I can. I think it's safe to say I won the auction just a little bit cheaper than I was hoping for, so that's good. So my max bid was well, let's see, 858 Canadian, and I got it for just 606. And yeah, it is 3 pounds of minifigures. So yeah, then just won another auction. This one here, my max bid was 961, 5 pounds. And yeah, just wanted to re-mention, because I said this in the vlogs a while back, but I haven't said it in a while. But technically speaking, I haven't actually done the math to see if paying almost $200 a pound is worthwhile. It's not 50 on shipping, it's because it's showing my American address is like 20 or something in Canada. But yeah, because I haven't ever actually, for example, this here is a previous 5 pound one that I got from them. I haven't actually gotten one of these and then created a brick store file of all the parts to see what it's worth. I'm just assuming that it is worth more than what I pay for it, but I haven't actually gotten to the point of figuring that out. And the price of this is what I use as a basis point for all of my other purchases. Now, don't get me wrong, some of them I'm like near 100% certain, even if I had no basis on this, that I'd make money from them. But I haven't actually run the numbers, but that's part of the plan. for once that stuff is done, because then the very first used thing I will be listing will be one bag. I'll find the most generic one that's got some good, some bad, that's like the most normal 5-pound type one that I could win. And then I will check the price that I paid. And then I'll create a brick store file. Like this one's got some fake Stranger Things in it, so I paid a bit more because you don't know what's fake there. And most of the stuff is usually good from the seller. But then you got good stuff like the $20 general hat and stuff like that. So then I'll create a brick store file of all of the parts in here, and then I will do some price checking. I'll check like the 6-month sales average of all the parts. Then I'll check what I would price it at, because I don't use the 6-month sales average, because once you have a very large inventory of different parts, then it just doesn't make sense to price it that, because then you can't really buy inventory when you could get a whole bunch more selling it for me, and you can buy more and to list more and stuff like that, because it's cheaper for the buyer if they can buy it all in one place anyways. And if you price it cheap, then it sells real fast, and then you can't have as much inventory. So yeah, then I will check it based off of those prices, and then figure out if actually I am doing this good or not. But yeah, worst case scenario with this type of stuff, it's very low risk in that sense, because even if for some reason I decided that it wasn't worthwhile to do something like this, I could always just relist it and get most of my money back. Obviously not all of it, but I'm pretty confident on an overall level that it is still worth it in that sense. So that's why I keep doing it. But I haven't actually run the numbers, but it will be interesting when we do get to run those numbers. And then after I list one of these 5 pounds of minifigures, then I'm going to be listing a 5-pound thing. It's here somewhere, I'm not sure where it is, but I've got another bag of these. It's right here, actually, I think, of animals that I won from them. That one was only like 300 or 500 or something. I can't remember how much that one was. But then I'll be running a similar test with that, and then possibly also one of the accessories, and then that way I can get a good price basis point and stuff like that. Then going forward, I can be like, okay, well, if I have this 5-pound bag, and I know based off of my pricing strategies that I can get, for example, $3,000 from it, then I know that I'm comfortable paying about $1,000 to $1,250 and stuff like that, because yeah, that would be bricklink prices that I was referring to here. But I also sell a lot on eBay, and in general, eBay is about 2 times the price. You pay higher fees, but even after you figure that all out, you usually make a bit more from eBay. So even if it is like a $3,000 bricklink return, it could be a $4,000 return total once you calculate in eBay prices and stuff like that. So then I would try to figure out that balance point of figuring out, okay, I'm fine paying up to this amount for this lot and stuff like that. So yeah, that's some fun numbers that we can figure out then. But in the meantime, I'm just, for lack of better words, buying blind for this stuff here. Like, I see some good stuff in here. I can't remember where it was, but I think there's, if I saw correct, well, I mean, we've got a Christmas Jango Fett, that's always decent. But then I think there's a Kabuki, I might be saying that wrong, Nia, right here, that one there, and that goes for like 40-50 bucks, and you got like a ghost and stuff like that. So it's not like this stuff's all just city or anything like that. There's always really solid stuff mixed in. So yeah, that one is their one now. So I should probably get to pulling orders, because I pulled Brick Owl orders except for 1 or 2 that were overnight. But then yeah, still have to pull 239 lots. Just finished with packing everything up, so yeah, we got a whole bunch of big boxes and stuff like that. So these 3 boxes are almost 100 pounds going to one person of just bulk. Then we've got 20 pounds in the bottom box there, a couple promo sets, and then just all the other orders. So just over 2,000 bucks. Well, just shy of 2,200. So now that all of the orders and everything are finally all shipped out, then it is time to start on the next lot from the hauls. I already did the first bit, and this is the one that had the black-haired Kanan Jarrus along with the Apocalypseburg Harley Quinn. That one's got some glue or tack or something on the back there. I just put them in bags just so that they don't get damaged. I think this guy also has like 80 bucks or something, but I'm just only putting those 2 in the bags. But yeah, so then that was just from the one small container that was sitting on top, just to get it out of the way and stuff. But yeah, then for reference, that lot, it was $1,000. Can't remember if it was 1,000 total or if there's a little over or under. But then that is this container. Actually, I think it's that whole stack there, along with this container. That I just set that boat in there because it wasn't Lego. Then it is this container, and also this container, and I think this one here I had before. I think this one as well before. So it's just that one, this one, and this one here, something like that. But yeah, then those two minifigures alone are worth a whole bunch, so that's already worth it in that sense. But yeah, I will start going through it and finally get rid of some of these badly damaged containers. More time. Well, going through the lot earlier, I found this, and I didn't think too much of it. I looked, and it was a real Nintendo one. It says somewhere on here. Yeah, right there, Nintendo. It's actually got bite marks on it. But, yeah, I didn't think much of it. But then I just went to the bottom of this lot, and there's a Nintendo DS in here. So that is a pretty interesting find. Have not played on one of these in a very long time. But for me, this here is the type of console type thing. Well, it's not a console, handheld, that I grew up with. I never had the Game Boy Advance or anything like that. That was a bit before my time. But what we did have was some DS's. Don't want to change the position too much because these things are very reflective, and then I'd have to cut the video and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see if this works. I highly doubt it, but yeah, it's not working. As you can see on the side here, there is a power thing, and you would basically just go like that and it would turn it on, but this isn't working. So could very well just be dead, or it could just be broken. Both are equally possible. So yeah, there's that there. But I thought I actually saw a second stylus. Yeah, here's another stylus. Let's check if this one's real. This is real as well. So yeah, that is interesting. Two styluses. But yeah, maybe I'll have to try to grab the charger that we probably have somewhere and see if we can get that to work. But yeah, then just checking online, if we go sort by lowest price, if these things work, it does show eBay locations and stuff, so that's why it has the free shipping. But that one's broken, region free. That's from Japan though, so that'd be an import. That one's broken. Okay, broken hinge. Read first, that usually means something's broken. Parts of repair broken. Okay, so tested here. Metallic rose. I don't know if this is metallic rose. It might be coral pink. I'm not entirely sure, but untested there. But yeah, it looks to be about. Oh no, that one's also got a read thing on it, so it's probably got something. That person definitely took some frustration out on that thing. Broken hinges, broken hinge. Parts and repair, I should have just sorted by not broken. Used, let's try that. So console only, no, that one's still broken, and we're still getting all the broken results. Let's see here, let's just scroll. Okay, right here, see, if it works, it goes for about 55 bucks. That includes free shipping though, so probably around 45 bucks if it works. But it's got cosmetic wear, and not entirely sure on that hinge thing, because we'll have to see here. Like, I mean, it does hold all of its angles except for that there, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to close automatically once it gets to that point. But it seems like all of the other parts of it do seem to work. But yeah, that is definitely an interesting find. But even if it does work, I won't sell it most likely. I just like having all this cool old tech. I used to, on that counter over there, have a stack of like 10 old phones that we used to have and stuff like that, because you never know when they're gonna be useful, and it's always just cool to just have this stuff. So yeah, probably just keep that here somewhere, or put it in the eBay room or something. But nice find. Yogurt time. So then I was just thinking that I actually have no idea why I thought it would be a good idea to stop the videos for 3 to 4 weeks or 5 weeks or whatever. Because then I was just thinking, and that is really weird. I don't know what that is. But then I was just thinking that my thought process for that was, like, if I have like a 4-week delay from filming to uploading, that would give time for editing and stuff like that. And then also, if I take a week off vacation, there wouldn't be any interruption in the vlogs. But then I realized that under that logic, I'd only ever be able to take like 2 to 3 weeks vacation so long as I ever uploaded videos to YouTube. So then I realized just now that that doesn't really make sense. So I will stick with just a 2-week deadline, which means I have time to edit the videos. And then if I ever take a week off of work or something, I just don't upload a video for that week. And instead of trying to dig into a backlog that can't grow without more delays, which is confusing. So I'm not sure how I reached to that conclusion exactly previously, but I just checked and it's been 2 weeks since the last vlog was uploaded. So that means that, yeah, I can start working on the vlogs again and getting those uploaded. And yeah, since I now have a 2-week backlog, that means that I have 2 weeks from, like, for example, when I'm recording this to the time it gets uploaded, so I have time to focus on editing and stuff like that. And I think 2 weeks is perfect for that. It's not anything crazy that if I'm talking about something, it doesn't apply anymore or anything like that, but it's not so close that I only have one afternoon after I finish recording. Actually, usually an hour or less to work on the vlog before uploading it before I get back to work. So yeah, then this way that should work. So now I'm going to record a clip to put at the beginning of the previous video, not previous video, the beginning of the first vlog back. And yeah, so I'm going to be trying several things, like possibly doing vlogs once a week so that I can try to focus on better quality and content and stuff like that. Because right now when I edit the vlog, I include just about every clip. Usually, I'd say 1 in 20 clips or so get cut from the final vlogs, but that's usually just because I go on ramblings that go for like 5 minutes before I realize it, and then I think that's just really weird, so I just cut that. And so then, in general, most of the content stays in. So then this way, if I'm able to focus it down to 1 vlog a week, I can try to have more content to work with before I start editing, so then that way I can still cut out content or things like that, and then it still end up being more than just a several minute long video. Because when I've been recording, sometimes I think I've uploaded vlogs as short as like 3 minutes because I just got really busy with stuff. But then if I were to do it once per week, then I'd be able to just have a lot more content. Because even though, like, for example, that one vlog was 3 minutes, the next one was probably like 30 or 40 minutes. So then I'd have a whole bunch more content spread over a longer period of time. So that even if there is delays here and there, I can still release a solid video once a week or something like that. And so that's one of the thought processes behind it and some stuff like that. So I will probably start with trying that. So yeah, I'm going to record a clip as an intro back into that, and then yeah, so I can start working on trying to make the vlogs better. It's not going to be like it's the old vlogs were quality A and then the new ones are 10 times better or anything like that. It's going to be, I don't know, I said quality. I was trying to use A as an example of like what it is versus what it is not, or something, not in terms of quality per se, because I know I'm not that good at editing, so it's just standard quality in that sense, versus just slowly working to improve it. So then and there's a hair there or something, but yeah, then I'm gonna be able to slowly start now with that 2-week period of time between the vlogs, start to hopefully make them a bit better, have a bit more editing, a bit more refinement and stuff like that. So yeah, then I will first finish with this container, and then I will work on recording that clip. But then the other thing that I was thinking is that I actually haven't recorded any outro clips for any of the stuff, so I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that. Because, yeah, we're now 2 weeks past what it was, so that means that statistically, from what I was saying, I know there's more than 2 weeks, so it might have been close to the 3-week mark by the time this clip is in a vlog. So that means I've got like at least 3 outros that I haven't recorded. So I'm not sure if I will record outros now, or if I will then maybe just try to get an outro thing or something. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to figure all that stuff out. But yeah, then currently it's Wednesday, and so then that means I might try to have the next vlog scheduled for release on a Monday then, so that might be there. So yeah, I will finish this up and get to work on that, and yeah, then hopefully get lots of stuff done. So then just finished with the very last box, and to the best of my understanding, there's a Lego brick there, put that in there. But to the best of my understanding, that should be the very last of all of the stuff from that haul. The other stuff here, if I'm not mistaken, is all from separate hauls. So that should be all done there now. So yeah, then from that haul, we ended up with the 3 and 1 here, so 4 containers of minifigure parts. I'll wait in just a minute for the next clip. A good pile of coins that were all mixed in. Some DS games, this random thing here, which I forgot to look up, but I have no idea what it is, but I'll check if it's worth anything before throwing it out. Some more Nerf darts, except these are not classic Nerf darts, they are the disc ones, and so, but they're Nerf parts, so I will keep that. I think I even found in one of the lots a Nerf scope thing, or sight, so yeah, it's definitely interesting stuff, so I think anything that's Nerf, I'll just start keeping on the side. For that, then several non-cash coins, a couple cars, a DS stylus, a Wii remote thing, a couple pieces of metal, might be bronze on that one, so I'll just give that stuff to my dad for scrap, though this thing does look a bit interesting. I wonder if that's anything or just a sticker. It doesn't look like a sticker though, so I have no idea what that is. But yeah, probably just scrap that, and then just some larger bulky parts, one DS, and then over here we have, let's just move some of this stuff out of the way, we have some sticker sheets from some sets, so was able to get dimensions added for some of that, so that was nice, and then a good amount of batteries. All the batteries in this one are all corroded, so we are going to have to deal with that later. That one is also not looking too happy, so there's that. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 containers of parts that are worth something that will be listed individually. So there is that. I took these out of a separate thing, but when I was emptying a box for some room, there's just 2 sealed things, and then so that's unrelated there. But then yeah, then some base plates and stuff that didn't fit in the containers. But yeah, then overall that's that. And then the very interesting thing about this lot is there's a lot of really good parts from sets, but then there's just nothing else from them, or only a few. For example, although I probably can't find it anymore, but here's a leg piece from that set. There's this one, I think it's from Arwen from Lord of the Rings, and we've got her dress, we've got Elrond, I think it was Elrond, I'm not entirely sure though, might be one of the other ones. And then I think we might have had Gimli, though that might have been from a different set. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's from a different set. But then there's just nothing else other than for the sticker sheet, and maybe some of the parts were mixed in. But then we also had things like, let's see here. I'll use this one because the other one's in a different container somewhere, but we had a few astromechs. I think there's 3 astromechs from the one Sandcrawler set. The one goes for like 50, 60 bucks. The other one goes for like 20 or 30, and then this one goes for like 15 to 20. And they were just in here, but there's no other minifigures or parts from the astromechs, so that's interesting. Then we have the Black Hair Kanan Jarrus with this one here. I can never remember the name, but then there was no chopper. Actually, I can't remember if there's a chopper in this one. I found several choppers in other lots, but I'm not sure about this one. But then there was no Zeb, I think his name is. And so it's not like all the valuable minifigures were removed or anything. They're just not here. We have other minifigures that are extremely valuable, like the Apocalypse Berg, Harley Quinn, and the Black Hair Kanan Jarrus. So that's just really interesting how that happened. So yeah, overall a good recap. And just for reference, this lot was 1,000 bucks total, roughly, if I remember correctly. So yeah, we got all that, and then on the side we got probably somewhere between 50 to 75 pounds of bulk out of it. So there's that, which is some good value as well. But yeah, then there was that, and there was a lot of non-Lego mixed into the last few containers, but that was expected. And then there's also, I want to say, at least half a dozen electrical components, so that is real good. So then basically, for this purchase, the Apocalypse Berg, Harley Quinn, the Black Hair Kanan Jarrus, and the, I already forgot how many I said, but all of the electrical and pneumatic pump things there should pay for the entire thing, and then everything else would then be, well, I know technically that's not how it is, but then they'd be free in that sense. But yeah, I'll get the minifigures bagged up so we can check the weight, and then get this whole area cleaned up. So then we have the bag here, and I did see the one, I think it was Frodo or Bilbo, I can't remember which one was in the set. But yeah, then there's the Elrond minifigure. But then, yeah, from the lot, we got just shy of 2 pounds of minifigures. So that one there, it was a really high price point per pound. But then if you were to just knock off the Kanan Jarrus and other one, so though that together is probably like 750 bucks or so. I think Kanan Jarrus is around 400, and Harley Quinn around 350. So yeah, it should be around 750. So if you knock that off, because that's just 2 items, that brings it down to 250 for everything. And so for 250 bucks, we got almost 2 pounds of minifigures, a whole bunch of this stuff here, a whole bunch of electrical stuff, a whole bunch of bulk. So I am considering that this one was a really good purchase. So there is another bag added to the backlog, and I did bag up the 2 minifigures in 2 bags inside of here just so they don't get damaged. Oh yeah, there's the one astromech I was thinking of from the Sandcrawler set. But yeah, it's just really interesting how that all was. Yeah, then I will try to get this all cleaned up now then, because I got like 400 lots to pull for orders or something. So then just a quick check to see what we have to pull order-wise. So currently we have 239 lots, 239 items and 71 lots on Brick Owl. And then on Bricklink, we have 1,944 items in 394 lots. But then I was just checking, and yeah, we still haven't even dropped below 20,000 lots. And just as a refresher, because I already kind of forget exactly, if we go by condition, that means we still have over 16,000 used lots with 200,000 items that are still for sale. And yeah, we hope to have those all cleared out by sometime the end of December so that we can start going through the new stuff. But yeah, then that is going to take a while to pull. Yeah, then so now, because yeah, September, October, November, December, I think, let me just double check. It's the 9th month, so September is 9, November is 10, October is 10, November is 11, December is 12. Okay, yeah, so we got, we're early September, so we've got just about 4 months, give or take, to try to hit our goal. Yeah, so, yeah, even if we do hit our goal of 200 pounds of minifigures, that doesn't mean, minifigures and accessories, because I do include accessories, not the parts there, but accessories, like if there's like a sword there and stuff, I include that in here. And even if I buy a lot, like this one I probably wouldn't include, but if it's even got like a lot of accessories like this, I would still include something like this, but not something like this. But yeah, even if we do hit our 200-pound goal of minifigure parts, I'll probably still, well, I mean, I will still be buying more. Beyond that, it's not like when I hit 200 pounds for the goal, I'm going to stop. It's just our goal is to hit 200 pounds of minifigure parts before then. But then after that, if we can hit that goal, we'll just see how many we can get before the deadline. And then I'll probably just stop keeping track after the deadline, because the whole point is to see how much we can get before we finish selling all the used stuff. So, yeah, it will be interesting to see how far we can get with this. But yeah, then normally I start pulling orders at about 9 p.m., but it's currently in the 7:40 p.m. range. But yeah, there is a lot of lots to pull, so I have the table cleared, piece of dust there or something. But yeah, then I will start pulling orders. So just as I got the first cart of orders pulled, I was thinking, and one thing that might be another interesting type of video to do, because if I do go to just one vlog a week, then that would be less content of the more standard videos, because I do hope to do more on like the shorts and stuff like that. But then another video that I could release like once a month or something could be what I've seen on a few other channels. I haven't looked at any recently, but I know a while ago I used to see it on a couple channels where people would do like monthly recaps of their sales, of their shipping costs, refunds, inventory costs, and all that type of stuff. So I think that could be a fun one to try and work on for some of the stuff. So then I might just, once I'm done with pulling orders, I mean, I won't finish pulling orders tonight because it's already past 9 p.m. and I still have, well, I mean, I might. If I do, I'd be surprised. But for some reason, that math doesn't make sense. 400 lots, I pulled a couple smaller ones. I got 126 there. I guess it does add up. But yeah, I still have over half the lot count left. Yeah, after I do that, if I have some time, I might start working on, even though I won't finish it tonight or anything, trying to create one of those videos. I'll just at least try to start creating the base and stuff like that, because it is the start of September. So if I'm able to do one for August and stuff like that, that could be an interesting one. I do have a microphone there that I can use for stuff like that. And I do have OBS. It's just I'm not sure how to do that. I think I've seen people use Excel or something, but yeah, then it'll be interesting to see how to do that. Might get ChatGPT to write up a program for showing stats that I can enter in some numbers and create like a pie chart. Although there's probably websites that do that already. But yeah, then just some things that might be interesting to add for stuff like that, and then that will help just visualize all the different expenses and stuff like that. Just wanted to show a fun order. It was these 13 Galador bricks right here. You may recognize some of these as very rare ones, such as this one here. But the buyer purchased these 13 Galador parts and nothing else, and it was $450 for that. So that was a nice one. Just a quick overview of the parts for those curious. So it's that there, and that's the end of the order. So yeah, then the highlights were these here, which were $120 each. So yeah, normally I don't send pictures out for stuff, but for this one here, the buyer had lots of good feedback. They asked very nicely, and the parts were of a high value and easy to take pictures of to send. So I did send pictures for these, and it sold, so that was nice. But yeah, then this stuff is sold. And an interesting thing about these here is if you move it, you can hear a slight sound. And when I initially had this, I thought that it was just broken or something, but it turns out that is actually how it is just on its own. So then I requested, and they added a note to Bricklink, if it loads, that it has that specific sound there. So that is just a really interesting thing if you do ever find one of these, because I have these two here that are used, and then I also had one that was brand new, and all of them had that. So I thought it was broken at first, but once all of them had it, it was just an interesting thing to learn that that's just how it is. So yeah, that is a very nice order. Yogurt time. So Bricklink was down again. It just crashed for whatever reason, but it is now good. Luckily, it had all of the orders pulled up before it crashed, so I was able to still get all the addresses for the shipping and stuff like that. And then now that I shipped it out, Bricklink's back up and working again, so was able to add all those tracking numbers in. But now that we're done with the boxes from there and the boxes that were here, actually no, they were here. I moved this here so I could finally get the cart around. We are going to be working on, I can't remember if it's that one, or that one, is one of them. I think it's only one. And that is the one that I first bought when I started building up the backlog again. And yeah, we will find out which one it is. And then we will start looking through that one. It's a relatively small one, but it's got lots of cool stuff in it. So just finished with that lot. There was a lot of fake and heavily damaged stuff. So I'd say probably of the 3 bags, I think there's 3. Yeah, I think there's 3 bags. So of the larger 2 bags that were mostly of just bricks, I'd say probably about half to 3/4 of them were just thrown out because they were just so badly damaged. Then we ended up with these minifigures right here. And yeah, for this one here, it was the very first one, like I mentioned several times. So I'm not sure how good of a return per se it will be. I'm fairly certain I won't be losing money just from the 3 or 4 minifigures in here that are combined total like $250 worth of stuff. So I'm pretty certain it's good on that terms. But yeah, the rest of it is overall decent-ish stuff. Nothing super crazy or anything like that. Lots of normal parts that are good. Mixed in, a lot of them that are worth a fair amount for regular parts. But yeah, then I will try to put that over here without dropping it, is what I was going to say. But looks like we did not succeed on that. So I know that there's these 3 here. And then I'm pretty certain 1 or 2 went under the fridge, but those are probably long gone. Then we got one behind here. which is probably underneath the stove at this point. So that one's gone, at least for now. This stuff, it's not like it's gone forever type thing. There's a decent chance when we clean one day and move the fridge or something, we'll find it. And same for the stove. But for now, at least, that stuff is gone. But not a big deal there. Yeah, I will weigh up the minifigures and we will see how many we got. So have them in a bag. Just by the weight alone, I'd say no more than half a pound, probably a bit less than half a pound. So if we change this to pounds here, so half a pound, I'm not sure if I don't think that means ounces there. It's not like 1 pound, however many ounces. I think it's that percentage of a pound. So if it's like 0.5, it would be half a pound. I think, I'm not entirely certain though. But we can see here. So yeah, either 6 ounces. Actually, no, we can just press this. 9.6 ounces. Okay, so yeah, then it is 0.6 pounds. I think, yeah, 16 ounces in a pound. So if it's 9 ounces, yeah, so 0.6 of a pound. So yeah, not bad there, considering of the cool stuff that's in here. I think that is either the second or third light up Obi-Wan Kenobi that is now in the backlog, because for some reason I seem to find his specific light up minifigure somewhat often. I'm not sure if it's in this one or it might have been this one here. I'm not sure, but I know one of these, I think it's this one here. It just looks like the one that it's from. But I'm probably not going to be able to find it. But yeah, I'm fairly certain I've got a couple more somewhere here, though I can't find them. Yeah, then that is now perfectly right there, added into the backlog. And another box emptied from over here. And so then next up, I am going to be working on this one here, which is an extremely small one that is, for the most part, nothing special in here, but from what I remember, this was dirt cheap. Yeah, so let's take a look. I want to say this was all in like 35 or 40 bucks. I know I didn't pay that much because it wasn't, besides the one thing, it just wasn't that good, but it was really close by. They had it listed for like 10, 15 bucks, and then I paid them for delivery or something. But it is this stuff here. But if I'm being honest, I couldn't tell you exactly how much I paid for this. All I know is that it was not much. For sure under $100, probably under $50, most likely under $75 at the very least. But the main reason I bought this one here was because of, I think, is it this bag? Was that a dragon? It does not look like Lego, but it is Lego, I think. Yeah, it is Lego, huh. Not quite sure who that is. Might have to look that one up. Have not seen that one. It looks like it's Chima, but not familiar. But the main reason was because I saw this helmet here, and I might be mistaken, but I think there might be another one in here somewhere that I saw as well in the picture. But if not, there still is some nice older helmets in here, like all these light gray ones, the swords, and stuff like that. So, yeah, these bags here alone and stand thing will easily cover the expense of the item. But then, as you can see, for the rest of it, it's mostly just broken stuff or things that just aren't Lego and stuff like that. A few things in here. I think these slopes here are actually worth like $1 or so each in light bluish gray. But yeah, then for the most part, the rest of this just doesn't really have much value. I'll still go through it because you can still find a few things like this rope here, which has some value. An iron golem head. So it's not like the rest of it is just completely bad, but it's not like there's anything too crazy in here. But then once I'm done with this, then it will be time to start going through the one major one. It's the first major purchase I made for the backlog of these containers here. It was I think it was like $1,100 or something, might be 900. I can't remember. It's been a while. But this is the one that has a lot of Star Wars stuff in it. Like, I was just sifting through the stuff when I got it, and I probably found like 30 or 40 Star Wars minifigures, including Captain Rex, Padme, and all that fun stuff. So that will probably be the next one. And then after that, it'll probably be this one. But then after that, I think that is all of the different hauls. There's a little bit in this one here, actually, that is from one of the hauls, but not all of it is, I don't think. I'm not entirely sure, though. Yeah, then after that, it's just the random things that I had sitting around from when I was still having some stuff there. Just kind of tossed some stuff around, I guess. That was a very delayed fall there. Wow. Yeah, the rest of the stuff after those things there is just stuff that was just kind of stacked in the corner and over there and stuff like that. So I'm still not entirely sure what this is from, because I think I saw a few minifigure parts in here, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, just random stuff that's sitting all over the place. But yeah, I will get started on this lot then now. So then this torso here is from Shadowwind. I cannot say I have ever seen this Chima minifigure before. It is from a set. Here, I've seen that guy plenty of times, but I have never once before seen this minifigure. So that is definitely an interesting one to get there. It's not often to find stuff like that. I think that's his legs there. So yeah, some interesting parts in here. But then another thing that I had forgotten to mention in relation to why I wanted to start with like the monthly analytic videos and stuff like that is because then I don't want my channel to be solely just vlog videos. I want to try to expand so that even if I do, for example, take a week or two off of vlogs in the future or something like that, then it isn't going to be like nothing gets uploaded. Even if I do like picking a bricklink videos and stuff like that, those are usually more towards YouTube Shorts, although I do want to try to do some more normal videos of that. But in general, those are more shorter length videos, so I want to try to also get some videos that aren't just about the work that's being done in the present. Like, for example, my backlog's almost running out, so when I run out of that backlog, since for the behind the scenes reasons, I can't list any of that stuff till the other stuff is sold, then if I don't get more backlog in, then it's going to be a couple months where I don't have that much of the work from this stuff here, so then I could spend a few weeks or months working on other projects that might not be as interesting to film. For example, trying to update my eBay shipping stuff for around the world and stuff like that, or on other projects unrelated to Lego. Then if I have other videos like the analytic videos and stuff like that, that if I can find several different types of videos to release, like one a week, or if I can figure out what to put stuff out for stuff like that, then even if I had a week or two where there's no vlogs, it wouldn't be too much of a gap between new stuff. So that's one of the other interesting things behind it. But then yeah, for this lot here, it is a very interesting one, similar to the previous one. It's not so much so about taking out the fakes, throwing that out, and then putting the rest in here. It's more so about trying to find the few real bricks mixed in, and then we can see that that is Lego, and then taking out the few real bricks and then throwing everything else out because there's just so much fake stuff mixed in. But then we can just check this one here while we're on camera. So this here is part 85775. So let's just check to see if 87575, is that what it? I feel like that's not the number I read. Yeah, that is not the number I just read. It is 85775. 85775. We can just check to see if this has dimensions already added, and it looks like it does. Zorda Magica has added a lot of those, but this is definitely not looking to be in too nice of a condition or anything like that. That is in extremely poor quality, so I'll put that there. But yeah, just going through the rest of it. And this slot here definitely has a lot of interesting things. As we can see, there's like some newer things, like it says 2019 there, for a 3x3 tile. But then we have stuff like the old space stuff, and then we have a whole bunch of the older shields and stuff like that from some of the real original castle stuff. So yeah, just lots of interesting stuff in this lot, but yeah, mostly fake. So just finished with this lot here, a bit of Playmobil. Normally, I'm not too worried about not throwing this stuff out, but we do have a box of it right here, and those things looked pretty cool. So I just decided to put them in that box because normally I don't remember. But yeah, then so from this lot, we ended up with this container of minifigure parts and this container of good parts to list. It had a lot of the older classic space type stuff mixed in, or at least a little. There's like 3 parts there and a few other smaller ones. But yeah, we ended up with that. So let's actually just quickly bag up the minifigures and try not to spill any. And we didn't spill any, so that's good. I'm just going to close up the bag real quick then. There we go with that. Fix the bag top there. So yeah, then we ended up with this bag here and turn the scale on. These parts here are from the previous lot, which I'm just going to tear open to see if they have a part number on the inside. But yeah, then we have this one here. So we ended up with 0.36 pounds. So yeah, not too bad, I guess, since this here is just a random small one. Some modern stuff, like the one hat from the Build a Minifig station, if I can find it. It's a large one. Shouldn't be too difficult to find. It should be right here somewhere. Oh yeah, right here. This one here, it's a newer one. And then lots of older stuff mixed in and everything like that. So yeah, just another one to add to the pile there. And that's like a real old Crusaders torso, I think. There, although there is some gold around it. So I'm actually not sure. That might be from the One City Parade set. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, let me just quickly throw this into recognize. Just try to hit that there. Just hit the spring on my thing. That's what that weird sound was. It is not going in the bag. Okay, 1 minute. Just got to take it out of the bag. Put that in there and scan that. Put it back in the bag. Close it up. Okay, so then we have this one here. And so yeah, this here's what I thought it was for a minute, but then that is definitely gold on there. Not worth too much more, but I want to say this is from the city thing. I guess it's from the Knights tournament, from the Prince there. So $8.50. The torso is about $2 to $4. So if I can find a head, and well, that's probably a solid stud head based on the year. Yeah, solid stud head. So if I can find a head for it, the legs and hair would be relatively common. Then might be able to do that. Actually, no, the gold is largely faded, I think. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that whenever I list it and figure it out then. But yeah, then another nice one there. Another box emptied. And then now I'm going to just go through the instructions from the previous lot, not from this one, but from the box prior, and try to get those figured out, what I'll keep, what I'll throw out. But I'm pretty certain a few of them at least need dimensions, so that'll be fun. So yeah, I'll work on that then now. Yogurt time. But yeah, then I definitely need to work on trying to figure out how to get that yogurt time stuff to work a lot better. Because right now it's nowhere near as cool as it used to be with the spoon and the bowl. So I'll have to work on that. But then today I'm going to try to work on the vlog for the first vlog back now, which should release Monday. So I don't have just like an hour or two to try and get it together. I can work on it throughout the day and try to hopefully get at least something better for it. Although, yeah, we'll have no idea. And it's not like it's going to be instantly better or anything like that. But yeah, then I should, once I get done with that, then it will probably be time to start going through this purchase of all that cool stuff. So then I will be working on that. But yeah, then I guess that I should start recording outros now on Saturdays, because that's when I'll be ending off the clips. And so yeah, I guess this will be the end of this vlog. Thanks for watching if you got this far. The next vlog, well, if it ends today, then the next vlog will be out next Monday. It doesn't sound normal to say that now like it used to be with the other vlogs. So, well, actually, no, since it is being released on Monday, even though I'm stopping recording now on Saturday, I can say it'll be out next Monday. So I guess I could go with that. So yeah, it's trying to get into the new rhythm of the new setup and everything like that. But yeah, thanks for watching if you got this far. Next vlog should be out next Monday.